Hello, people. I thought I'd share with you a little bit of a script that I worked on, that I sort of work on, that I work on. It's a little bit of the script from Sonic Freedom Fighters that I'm still working on. I had a whole bunch of episodes, guys, all the way up to 26. I woke up one day and they all were gone. I mean, I had like a whole bunch, man. And now I gotta rewrite them all again. But I thought, since Project 18 is gonna be taking a little bit while to, when they fully work on when we all fully work on Sonic Freedom Fighters, I thought I'd kind of show you a little bit of the for some of you, I wanted to show you a little taste of what you kind of would be getting when this thing is fully animated. So, technically, this is episode 2, but I felt like, it's pretty good to kind of, in this video talk about it. See, in the second episode, because I talked about the first episode way too much, but I talked about the first episode way too much, and wrote it accordingly. But people, episode 2 is kind of half finished, and still, because I was working on them all, but I guess it only, I don't know, something happened to my computer, and only the half of the episode was like missing. And I had a great part of the, I had a good part of the episode where Bugsy, sort of during the mission, even though he's serious, he kind of sort of cracks on Sonic a little bit, because he doesn't crack on Sonic during the mission, but kind of before it. Like Sonic, Sonic, you really think? And yes, Bugsy the Hedgehog is freaking awesome, because he's based on something so cool. They dare not speak his own name. Well, my name. But back to the story. So Bugsy's pretty much training him to kind of, to dodge certain projectiles and stuff like that. And then they get like a mission from Sally, and but all the while before that, Bugsy was actually working on a defense. Bugsy the Hedgehog was working on a defense gate that was actually supposed to basically keep unwanted visitors away from that hole, if you catch my drift. So so Sonic so Sally kind of, I guess, tells him to come here. I seriously don't remember. It was like a while when I did that one. So Sally tells him to come here, and Bugsy's like, Bugsy's kind of crossing his fingers, saying, "Please, a mission with Bunny. Please, a mission with Bunny." Just over and over again in his head. And I really like how it kind of goes, because I really think, let's just say for certain reasons, I like the whole idea. I can't tell you why I like the whole idea of Bugsy and Bunny kind of getting together. Let's just say a certain person let's just say I do it for my own reasons and nothing else. So Bugsy sort of crosses his fingers and just says, "Please, Bunny, please, Bunny." And Sonic looks at him like, Sonic kind of gives him a look like, "Dude, it's not happening. Just calm down." And freaking Sonic says, "Bugsy, Sonic, we need you to hack into Robotnik's computer and see what he's planning, because our intel tells us he's planning something huge that could wipe out the whole, wipe out the whole great forest. And since Bugsy the Hedgehog is a master hacker, that wouldn't be too hard for him. Now, Sonic's only there because Sonic's there basically as, like, just in case things get a little too hairy. Now, if, like, I'm saying, like, if, Bugsy, Sonic's like the backup, pretty much, in the story. He's, in that episode, he's pretty much like the backup. Not saying that Bugsy the Hedgehog can't handle himself in a fight, and trust me, I'd have record to believe he could. Let's just say I know. But what I'm trying to say here, sorry that Bugsy's hacking. Like, seriously, Bugsy the Hedgehog is hacking like crazy. Just going like, alright, okay, Sonic, if there's any SWAT bots, stop them, because I'm going to be too busy trying to get all this information on this disc. So, I'm going to get all the information on this disc as much as I can. So, if you could distract the SWAT bots for me. And Sonic goes like, alright, Professor Hedgehog, I'll do it. And, it's just like them going back and forth, but Bugsy's a little busy, so Bugsy the Hedgehog is way busy. And they managed basically to get the disc. And on that disc is actually something, well, it's something more lines of, it's kind of a microscopic bacteria that actually eats at the Great Forest. Kind of like a flesh-eating virus with trees that just automatically kills them. It just vaporizes them. Now, Bugsy, I know Bugsy's probably like way, sorta way too smart sometimes, and a lot of people probably said that, but he actually has like a lab near Rotors, and he takes a vial of the little flesh-eating tree virus that Robotnik and Sniffly would probably use to wipe out the whole forest. So Bugsy, gets a vial. He tests mostly how if there's like kind of like a, I'd say like an antivirus they could spray on the whole forest. And granted that Bugsy and Sonic are both fast, it wouldn't be that hard. Bugsy the Hedgehog and Sonic are both that fast. It wouldn't be a hard thing to do. So so Bugsy's pretty much testing it. He's like, okay, guys, I need you to give me like a sapling, and if it doesn't kill it, we can use my new formula. And so Sonic goes like, okay, Bugsy, here he goes like, hey, okay, Bugsy, here you go. And Bugsy administers it with a little droplet thing, and he just squeezes it, and the tree has no effect to it. Now the tree, he makes sure he works, so he waits like a good 20 minutes, because on the computer the virus says it takes like 1 second, and it seems to be doing okay. So Bugsy, knowing that he wouldn't have full time to test it, he just said, Bugsy the Hedgehog goes, screw it, and just sprays it on all the trees, and because that could clear out the Great Forest, defense gate or not, so, and it spreads to tree to tree. So technically, and to be quite honest, the virus would have only kind of got the general area where they kind of think Knothole is. But even if they use the trees, even if they use the virus on the trees, even a little bit, they can kind of reveal Knothole's location. So Bugsy and Sonic run really fast, spraying all the trees like it ain't no thing. Just they keep going and going and going at blinding speeds. Sonic really has to use the ring, and sometimes he won't. Sometimes in Sonic Freedom Fighters he won't technically need the ring as much as he really as much as he uses it in Sonic SAN, but he'll use the ring nonetheless, but not as much, not as much. So, so, but they go really fast. Bugsy the Hedgehog doesn't really need a power ring, it's more of the emerald he has with him. So they spray all the trees lightning fast, and when the little tree-eating virus comes, it actually stops. You know, Sniffly's like, what's going on? This should work. I mean, I worked on this myself. And, you know, basically it doesn't work. It actually, it technically negates the virus and it kind of kills it. So, you know, they kind of saved the day. And, you know, Snively, and I'm kind of doing I'm writing these again. And, Snively, after, it's going to be like 10 episodes of him getting beat up by Robotnik off screen. He's actually going to fight back, and at the end of one of the episodes he'll actually beat up Robotnik. I mean, I kind of always wanted Snively to kind of beat up Robotnik in a way, because evil as he is, Robotnik does push him around a lot. I always wanted to see, what if Snively could technically beat up Robotnik? I mean, other than the comics, I don't really have to wonder that. Robotnik pretty much wins, but, I'm just saying this would be my version. And in my version, they'd kind of be equally matched, but Robotnik would be hurt most of all because Snively has the access to most of the stuff in Robotropolis. Which kind of leads him to kind of want to help the Freedom Fighters. And Bugsy, and this is probably it's gonna be 10 episodes in, but it's still gonna happen, and Bugsy pretty much says, I'll give you a shadow of a doubt, Snively. But if you betray us, I'm gonna use my chaos darts to blast you all the way in the next week if you betray us. We clear? Bugsy has his shades on in that scene. He goes we clear? And Snively goes, Crystal, I won't betray you, I promise. And Bugsy kind of glows. He's like, you better not. And Snively actually kind of helps them out a little bit early than I actually wanted him to, because Robotnik's going to be by himself. Only his robots are going to help him, and he'll actually have a metal Snively that pretty much has all Snively's personality traits, just not all the way up to the point before he defects to the Freedom Fighters. And Robotnik, at the end of the season, I really don't want Robotnik to die, because I'm technically voicing him. So, I'm gonna be voicing him, so I technically don't want him to die because he's sort of like a main villain, but I'm gonna have Nagus in there. Let's see. I'm gonna have Nagus in there for the second season. And we'll know a little bit more about him. Like in the comic book. Maybe I'll even use, I don't want to use the 3 wizards inside of him thing. I think that was good, but I don't want to repeat anything, I want things to be kind of original, so Nagus pretty much comes out of and we kind of figure out that, and there will be a Nagas episode in the first season where Sonic, but this time it's gonna be like Sonic and Bugsy go through the void. Um, After that, Bugsy kind of works somewhat on a cure to free Sally's father from the void, and also kind of helps Nagas because Nagas really doesn't show any signs of evil, so he's like, I'll go help. I'll help Nagas. But Nagas will get out because let me see, how will he get out? I have like a whole list of these ideas of mine, and I don't know where they are. I have like a whole list. Oh, Nagas will actually figure out a way to get out of the void. Oh yeah, here it is. Nagas will actually get out of the void using something. Oh, actually, he'll get out of the void by using the Chaos Emeralds. Because there's like one Chaos Emerald that's in the void. Thought I kind of put that out there. But trust me though, Sonic and Bugsy will go super at the technically the end of season 1. Bugsy will actually ask for the other Chaos Emerald, and give it back to Nagas at the end. Now, I swear to God, everything I have planned for the first season is already kind of set. I'm not gonna try and reintroduce the characters. I'm gonna just kind of keep their stories kind of brief, and move on. And there's gonna be a lot of creative things or things I wanted in setting up but never could, since there was no season 3, never could actually see if that would be right. But there's only one idea of Ben-Hurst I might actually use. It was the Nicole actually being a Mobian that's actually trapped inside the little computer that Sally holds. Now that I think could be really interesting because it could be really freaking interesting. I think it'd be interesting because there's a whole bunch of points to actually think of. So I've just been kind of sitting on that idea for a while, kind of contemplate. Sometimes I'll just sit on this computer. I type for an hour or so, and I contemplate about what do I want for the series. But that's gonna be one of the ideas I use. One of the others will be will revolve around Sally and Bugsy and Sonic, kind of like a little bit of a love subplot. Because Bugsy the Hedgehog is smart, and I don't know, Sally kind of goes for that, and I know, I'm not trying to make Sonic Freedom Fighters into a romantic comedy by any means, but I kind of want there to be a little bit of a little bit of funny in the show, just a little bit, not a lot, just a tiny bit, not even like a large lump sum of not even a large lump sum of it. I just want it to be in there because I think that would kind of be funny, and it really would test the dynamics of Bugsy and Sonic's sort of brotherly kind of bond they kind of have. It kind of puts a little bit of a test and also a little bit of a strain on it. But just I have all these ideas, and seriously, I stepped back from Sonic Freedom Fighters because Project 18 is helping me work on it with writers and everything, and I'm really freaking happy that I actually found these guys to actually help me out. And just you know, since we're kind of doing Sonic Underground and Sonic SAM, I really haven't had time to actually just kind of think, when they get to when they get to my little idea, what do I want in it? So it's just really gonna be, it's gonna be action packed and it's gonna be serious, but that one little bit of comedy right there would just be my little send off. I was actually thinking like at the end of every episode there'd be like some sort of Sonic-y kind of skit, like kind of like how Sonic Sans is like at the end of every episode. But then I think about that and it'd be like kind of like the panels at the end where there's like a little joke there. I still might do that, but I don't know. If that's so, I might make a Sonic comedy show. But then again, there's so many of those, you know, and But hey, maybe I'll add something new to the table if there's like a little bit of Sonic comedy at the end of every episode. Because these stories right now in season one are not really going to be that totally serious. I mean, it'll be serious, but not like super serious, over dramatic, or dark. And trust me, it's gonna get a whole lot darker as this freaking series kind of rolls on. It's gonna be so freaking, just dark, and I'm not saying dark and gritty. It's just gonna be kind of dark. Because I think in season two, I kind of delved deep in like most of the characters, in their psyches mostly. Uh, do some psychological episodes. Because I've told you pretty much Bugsy's motivation, but you're actually. It's like one episode's gonna be like you actually see in his mind. Everything that everything everything that there is, and it's just gonna be sweet. The visuals I have planned for that, the visuals and the idea. Every character, and like in that one episode, we're gonna go through every character's main psyche and find some of them you'll find fears, you'll find wants, and some of that will be in the story, and it will to me, I've been thinking about that, for obvious reasons. Plus, plus, I had the idea, and I hate to say it. I actually got it from, I hate to say it, but I actually got it from that Ash coma theory. Um, I'm not using the actual story from it, mind you. But I thought, peeking into a character's mind would be kind of awesome, kind of an awesome concept. But but while we're on the record, that Ash coma theory crap is a load of bull. The show is meant to be for kids, nothing more, nothing less. There's no underlying theme. There's no hidden agenda. It's just for kids. Okay? That's all I gotta say about that. I just wanted to put that out there. I gotta say, it's one of the tamest creepypastas I've ever heard. Yeah, because there's actually a video where you actually hear it. But it's one of the tamer ones. I swear, everything else is either ghost this, ghost that, ghost this, ghost that. Diabolical demon this. You know? So yeah. So yeah, thinking about that, using, going inside a character's mind, and one episode's gonna be just this thing. I don't know where it's gonna fit in the season just yet, because Sonic Freedom Fighters is still in the working phase, and I'm still helping the rest of Project 18 out. Um, I'm looking at episodes and seeing what I like about them and stuff like that. But you know what's funny? You know what's cool? Project 18 is actually considering to use Bugsy. They actually said they're gonna use Bugsy. Well, I talked to Frank and he said they might actually want to use Bugsy the Hedgehog for the continuation of Cyan. And I know what you're thinking, and you're probably saying Bugsy the human, I mean, Bugsy the Saiyan. Do you think? Why do you think it should be in the continuation of Sonic Saiyan? Because I'll tell you this. I've Bugsy the Hedgehog. I've cre- I've really worked. I've worked on. I've actually thought of him as a Sonic character since him actually being a Sonic character since I was like 7. That's how far it goes. I swear to God. Mostly all his I've always thought about that, but I never thought I could put it in real into kind of a realization kind of thing, because I've always thought, he's sort of red and blue, and people are not going to go for that. Even then, before recolors actually resurfaced, I never thought he'd be kind of a character, design-wise, that they'd actually go for, that anyone would actually go for. But it's not really his design that makes him unique, it's just his character, because it's based off me, basically. And I guess that's what makes him an awesome character, because he's based off me, how I see things, and so on and so forth. Well, that's what I think makes him unique. Everybody else could probably say, "Oh, you're just self-asserting yourself in the story." Yeah. Say that 3 times fast. You're only self-exerting yourself and inserting yourself into the story. Just say that 3 times fast. I swear to God. But I just think that's what makes him unique, a unique character, pretty much. Yeah, he's pretty much the. I'd say if Sally and Sonic are like the leader, and Sally's more of the brains. Let's just say Bugsy the Hedgehog's more like the. I'd say he's more kind of the other brains of the operation than Sally or Rotor. But he's not only smart, he's strong and fast and knows his way to get out of the situation. Stuff like that. And Robotnik, I want to bring Robotnik to a point where watching the cartoon, he was scary as crap. I remember Saturday mornings where I'd just be sort of afraid, And I really think, he'd be cool. I think I want him to be kind of scary again. I like how he is in the games, where he's just kind of like, yeah, he's comic relief. I want him to be scary again, Working on Robotnik, I want him to be scary. Now, a lot of people ask me, Bugsy, what about Fiona? And don't worry, I'm working on it. Please stop asking me that. I am working on it. But Fiona, I was thinking Fiona would be kind of I don't really want her to be evil, well, evil like in the comic books. I mean, probably down the line I can make her evil, but right now I just want to build her up to that point where, I want to build her up to a point where she has the ability to turn evil. I want to build her up to that point, to that exact point, you know. And it's really, and the thing I had planned for Fiona actually turning evil is pretty, and in all honesty, kind of creative. It's not because of Scourge. I always thought that was kind of a sucky way for her to be, a sucky way for her to turn evil. I wanted to turn evil on her own and not by the help of Scourge. Because, come on, just because Scourge is a bad boy, he can do everything the Sonic can't do. No, I wanted to go deeper than that. I wanted to go a little bit deeper than that. And, like it said in one of the bios, she kind of had a little hatred for Sonic for leaving her at that little prison camp that Robotnik had. But if I wanted, if I actually do make her evil, I want it to be kind of deep, very deep and emotional, kind of like a Batman villain. But there I go, rambling on. Well, see you guys later. I have a lot of holiday things in store for Knockoff. Team H will get worked on. And, just stay tuned. This is Bugsy signing off. And sorry for the rambling. I'm rambling on, and seriously, you guys are just listening to me, and I thank you for that. I thank you that I have fans that would like to just listen to me ramble at some points. Like I got old timers. Oh, I'm not that old.